Welcome back to the DFS Special. I'm your host, your DFS Jerusalem.
Off the bat!
You got 150 entries and then you're a shark, and I don't fuck with you. So there's too much good shit on here. This is the often imitated, never duplicated. I'm here with my lovely co-host. Thank y'all. Stay safe. Enjoy. I may have been calling in to work. You're gonna be in the running for the Snowflake of the year. Get your shit together with your snowflake. I'm here at the crib, man, and I'm just finishing up. Stop. Throw them bitches in the main. I'm telling you. You're gonna see the results, bro. You're gonna see it. I'm gonna help you out. You know how I feel about the home dogs. There's a lot of fight in the home dogs, and I really think a lot of shit to go over tonight. Who that scored all them points over there? Player of the night.
Get him in your lineups. Get him in there. And let's go get this money.
Thursday, let's go, and remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300. Yo, what's up? What's happening? It's the big homie, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Today, we will be looking back over what happened last night, taking a quick look at the slate in its entirety, breaking it down, going through the feature 4 players of the night. Then, we're going to be looking ahead to today's 8-game slate. It was a really nice one. It was a good slate. And the last thing we're going to do, of course, we're going to go review the pricing across both sites. Then we're going to go and make our FanDuel lineup. Just real quick, got to throw this out there. The FanDuel line, not so great. FanDuel killed me. FanDuel killed me. Because, I mean, I had some Harden, but I was 100% Gordon. I was 100% Gordon. And that really fucked me up, man. That really fucked me up. Yo, I had way too much Gordon. I only had Gordon in one lineup on DraftKings out of like 10 lines. But on FanDuel, I was 100% Gordon, man. And that really hurt. Had no Kevin Love. I dodged that bullet. So all in all, man, I should have had a good night. But it's going to be decent. I lost the buy-in on FanDuel. I am making most of that back on DraftKings. I've still got the homie in the Dame game going. I got Montrezl Harrell going. I've got some sweet Lou. He's stumbling and fumbling and bumbling. They're down by 20 right now. So hopefully, things work out well. So Harden, man. Oh my God. There's not even a question talking about the heat check play. So let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Let's get into the feature 4 players. These are the 4 most talked about, tweeted about guys in the DFS sweatshop, in the Facebook VIP, and as well as on Twitter. Now, I gotta tell you, this slate, this was very Westbrookian slate to me. I really felt like I had to get my hands on a lot of Westbrook. But what ended up happening was, we took a look, and I said to myself, and I said to everybody in the VIP, I was like, yo, if Chris Paul gets ruled out, we've got to take a look at Harden. We've got to get some Harden in there. So let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Let's go ahead and jump into it. First play we talk about is going to be the Who Dat scoring on points over their player tonight. This is going to go out to the homie Costa until we got inside the VIP. The VIP put me on Costa Koufis, man, and I had him in so many spots. 10x on him, better than 10x actually. At 37 minutes, he had 17 points. Didn't think to play him. I looked at Zebo. I wanted to get some Zebo, but everybody was like, yo, Koufis is the play. And that was awesome, bro. That was an awesome play. So shout out to everybody in the VIP for helping put me on him. And I had him in just about every lineup, bro. So shout out to y'all, man. That's the Who Dat scoring all them points over their player of the night. The next guy I'm going to talk about is the How Did I Miss That play tonight? And this can only go to one dude, man. Yes, you, Andre Drummond. How did I miss that? And I can tell you how I missed that. We got word about an hour before lineups locked that Andre Drummond was a game time decision. And this really pisses me off. Like, if they would have just left that shit alone, my couple of lineups with Andre Drummond, I would have been fine. But once I saw that he was a game time decision, I completely got rid of it. Had no Drummond anywhere. And in 38 minutes, the dude goes out, 21 points, 22 boards, 7 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks. He does turn it over 3 times, But oh my God, man, 71 DraftKings points in this game against the Cleveland Cavs, and they beat the crap out of them too, man. So big game, huge game for Andre Drummond, who I had zilch nada of, and he is the how did I miss that play of the night? The next guy we're going to talk about, it can only be one person, man. It's the heat check play tonight, and it is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, going to the big homie James Harden, man. Excellent game, historic, one of the best games I've ever seen from an NBA player, man. 60 points, 10 boards, 11 assists. Not only a huge 60-point game, breaking Calvin Murphy's franchise record for the Houston Rockets, but it was also a big triple-double for him, the biggest triple-double in NBA history. In 46 minutes, 60 points, 10 boards, 11 assists, 5 3-pointers, 4 steals, a block. He just had some turnovers, but an excellent game from James Harden, man. And he eclipsed the 100 mark for the second time in his DFS career. So big shout out to the homie James Harden for going out there and balling the fuck out. If you had him, it's going to be tough to cash without him. I'm sure some of us found a way by playing Eric Gordon like I did. But still, man, that was a very, very, very awesome performance we saw from him. And now we must discuss that one motherfucker.
From the sky, snowflake, snowflake, little snowflake, falling, 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 falling on my head.
Now I can't go too hard on this guy, man. This is a motherfucking snowflake. Steph Curry with your snowflake ass. I cannot go too hard on you. You played 30 minutes, bro, and you only put up 23 DraftKings points. There's a couple of reasons why I can't go hard on you. Number one, I wasn't on you, didn't like you at all. Absolutely had zero zilch of Steph Curry. I just didn't like the spot. Didn't want to play him against Utah. I thought the game would blow out in the other direction, and we wouldn't see a ton of fourth quarter Curry. But little did I know, it went the other way. And Utah blew the doors off of them. And Ricky Rubio cooked you, family. I'm talking about, Ricky Rubio put Steph Curry on a rotisserie and, skewed him on the Barbie. I mean, he destroyed that dude, bro. He destroyed Steph Curry. I'm going to show you something. Look who had more points than Steph Curry. Let's say this. Yeah. JaVale McGee scored just as much as Steph Curry. That is insanity, bro. Steph Curry sucked tonight. And for that, you's a motherfucking snowflake with your snowflake ass. And I ain't gonna roster your bitch ass again until the next time you play. So, let's go ahead and get on with the rest of the motherfucking show. Let's go ahead and chop up. Take a look at the slate in its totality. As I stated earlier, we do have 8 games here. I think we got a couple of nationally televised games. We've got the New York Knicks, my New York Knicks, going to Boston to take on the Celtics, and then we've got the Cavaliers in the late. We got the Mavericks in the late game going to Phoenix to take on the Suns. So, pretty solid pieces in these televised games. Then we've got the Memphis and Indiana in the first one. We got the Lakers and the Magic. That should be points galore. We've got the Charlotte Hornets and Atlanta Hawks meeting up again for the second time in 10 days. And then we got Chicago Bulls going to Portland with the Trailblazers. Will be leaving LA tonight and then hitting up going home. So we've got some solid games on deck for the day, and I definitely think there's some money to be won out there for us. So let's go ahead and jump into let's go ahead and jump into the actual games. Taking a look. First game on the slate is going to be the Memphis Grizzlies and the Indiana Pacers. And I can tell you, bro, over the last couple of slates, the Memphis Grizzlies have been my kryptonite. I have not been able to figure out their rotation. I've not been able... Look at this shit, man. Look at this. Dylan Brooks, game time decision. JaMychal Green, game time decision. Mario Chalmers, game time decision. Ben McLemore, game time decision. Deontay Davis, Chandler Parsons is out. And good Lord. But see, the good thing about this is going to Indiana, this is the first game on the slate. So we should definitely have the starting rotation for the Memphis Grizzlies before 7 o'clock, before lineups lock. What was killing me is Memphis was getting that we're playing mid games, like they were playing at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and that was throwing me completely off. So we're gonna have the full lineups. That should be good to go. Oh yeah. One more thing I gotta mention too. Take a look at this. Okay, now I want you to see this. Look at these are the top. Let's look at the top 6 or 7 scores on the slate. We got Harden, Drummond, Anthony Davis, Enes Kanter, Zach Randolph, Stanley Johnson, and Bradley Beal. Just in case, well, and Kristaps. Now, if nothing else happens in this late game, this is the scoring. This is what it's going to be. Now, look at this. Now, of the top 4 plays of the top five plays, right? Look at all of these guys that are in injury spots. James Harden, no Chris Paul, goes off. Andre Drummond, they trade them cats away, goes off. Anthony Davis, no Boogie, goes off. Enes Kanter was a game-time decision. Andre Drummond was a game-time decision. Zach Randolph, no Willie Cauley-Stein, goes off. Stanley Johnson, they trade guys away, he goes off. Bradley Beal, no John Wall, he goes off. So much of this is predicated on understanding injuries and how they affect rosters. And I really think that this up to this point during the season, we have not placed enough emphasis on situational roster building. On situational roster building. All of these plays, bro. All these plays are subject to critique based off injuries. Like so injuries affected so many of these cats. And as a group, we have the bankroll together to cover all of these bases. We've got to stop, playing the same lines, just being all over the same people. Use our own heads, bro. I am here. When I stop doing this, I'm gonna quit. When it gets to a point where I've got a group of people that are not thinking for themselves and are just waiting on me or this guy in the group or this podcast or this over here, when we are just using that, and you're thinking based off of that, when we get to that point, I'm killing it. The sweatshop is over. I'm quitting, because that is not what this is about. This is not about us looking at somebody who win and say, well, what did you do? Who are you playing tonight? And then playing all the plays. It's not about that, bro. This is about you developing sound reasoning and playing guys that you like. This is about you playing. If we're all in the group, man, we are strong, we're deep. If we are all playing who we like, every night, handfuls of us will win. Every night. If we all ride on the same plays, then that means we're all gonna lose, or everybody's gonna win, and we're gonna win a lot more than we're gonna lose a lot more than we win. You know what I'm saying? So and the reason why I assembled this group is because I found some of the best DFS players in the world, and we all got together and we were killing it. We kill it, right? It's about getting better as a player. It's about getting better as a player. That's why in my group I don't play that shit. When somebody posts a line and thoughts, I delete that shit. No, just there's not. What are your thoughts? You made the line. What are your thoughts? You know what I'm saying? Why do you have the guys that you have in this lineup? You tell us. Let's learn from you. Let's get your process. Let's understand why you like the guys who you like. You see what I'm saying? And we were real strict about this during baseball, but we've kind of got a little bit lackadaisical, and it's time to tighten up the screws. Okay? Inside of the VIP, we want discussion, we want talk, we want chopping it up. We don't want anybody to feel like they can't come in and put their 2 cents in, because this group was assembled the way it was for a reason. We the best in the game. We the best in the game. So let's continue our winning ways, right? That's enough of that. Enough of that rant. So let's go ahead and jump into the slate. Let's get right back into it. We've got, of course, we got Memphis and Indiana. We just talked about this. We should have the lines before they lock. That's going to be dope. Real quick, we know what to expect whenever we have centers against the Indiana Pacers, and that is even if Miles Turner is at center or if Domantas Sabonis, either or, I'm sure it's going to be Miles Turner here. But Marcus Gasol at 8.3 is a guy that I definitely think we can use. Victor Oladipo is at 9.3. And, in his last few games, it's been tough for him to hit value, man. 38, 40, 44, 46. I mean, the last time he hit show enough value was against Utah almost a month ago. Well, on the 15th. On the 15th of January. The last time he hit value. At 8.6, he had 50 points. So, yo, this is this is a tough spot. And you look at Roto Grimes was right on Kufis tonight. Usually they sway you with picks. You should make a guest appearance for Wise Take. That would be dope. Yeah, I've been on there before, man. Those some cool cats, man. I think you, Gunn, and Phenom should band together and start DFS Union and go at Roto Grimes. That's real. I talked about that, bro, on several occasions. I've talked about that. So we got Ricky Rick at 8.2. Ricky Rick and Depot, man, that's kind of tough because both of those guys are very solid on-ball defenders. Could cancel each other out or could ball out. But we're going to have to see what the Memphis Grizzlies will be doing in terms of their starting rotation to give us a better look. Some of the guys that I like initially here are going to be Jarrell Martin at 4.9. I think he's going to be usable. I'm going to be going bigs. I want Memphis bigs that are in good spots against it. That's what I really want. I want bigs, Memphis bigs that are in good spots against the Pacers here. Vic Oladipo, don't love that. I think Miles Turner at 6.1 is definitely in play. I hope you got some of him last time. Collison's at 5.7. This team does not defend point guards as well as the numbers might suggest, and I think Darren Collison is a guy that could get to the rim and play fairly well in this spot. Lance Stevenson is a game-time decision. He's priced at 4.8, which is not bad for what he brings to the table. Not a great game out last time, 17, but the game before that, 39 against Orlando. He played 22 minutes, and what's going on with him is a thigh. He has a thigh injury. Yeah, it's thigh soreness. He's considered questionable for today's game with the Grizzlies. So that's something to definitely keep an eye on and take a look at. Sabonis at 6.1. He's slated to get 20-plus minutes. I kind of like him in this spot. They're going to have to use some of those bigs to defend, Marcus Saul, Jarrell Martin, and especially if JaMychal Green comes back and he plays. So we're going to get some more information on this one, definitely. Let's go over to FanDuel and take a look at the pricing and see, what are the pricing differences in this game. Gasol is 200 more at 8.5. You got Wayne Selder's 3.6. Jarrell Martin is priced at 5K. He's 100 more. Vic Oladipo is 10.1. Oh, my God. Vic Oladipo is 10.1. Miles Turner 5.8. I like that. He is cheaper on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings. That is an unmitigated value. Darren Collison is similarly priced, 5.7. The DVP against point guard suggests that this is the toughest team against the point guard position. So I do stand corrected on my statement about point guards being able to produce well against the Grizzlies. It seems that they have been limiting point guards. They are number one in DVP as far as RotoQL is concerned. But of course, that's something else we can talk about. Sabonis at 6.1, the same price. Yeah, I would go Turner here. I like Miles Turner. I like Miles Turner from Indiana. Next game we got is going to be the Orlando Magic at the crib. Second leg of a back-to-back. They're going to be at home inviting the Los Angeles Lakers over. And, Brandon Ingram at 6.3. I like him, definitely. I really wished Lonzo Ball would come back for this game because I would definitely play him against Elfrid Payton. Payton is in play for me, though, at 6.8. At the crib, the Lakers give it up against point guards. I think you could use Elfrid Payton here. Bismack at 6.2. We love to play centers, especially, grinding out hard-nosed rebounding centers against the Los Angeles Lakers. Definitely think Biyombo is in play at 6.2. Jonathan Simmons, don't really love him. Aaron Gordon, he could be back for this game. Let's take a look. He could be back for this game. He could be back for this game. He didn't practice Monday, didn't play, but he could be back. We have to take a look at that. If he is back, if he's not back, then definitely Mario Hezonja kind of jumps out again at 4.8. On the other side, to go with Brandon Ingram, I think that Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is in play at 5.3. I kind of like him in this spot. Tyler Ennis, if he starts the game, we love to just plug and play point guards against Orlando. I would not have a major issue there if we did that one. And then you got Kyle Kuzma off of the bench at 5.7, who looks to be usable. Look at Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson come off of the bench and as 7K. 7K. KCP, Clarkson, Kuzma. I can't play 7K for Clarkson. If he's starting, maybe, but I'm not paying 7K for Clarkson off of the bench. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Last two games, 21 and 28, 37 before that. That big 59-point game against the Knicks. I don't like Clarkson a lot. Not at 7K, but that's just too expensive for me. I like DJ Augustine at 3.4 too. I think he's playable. Yeah. Yeah, I like Ingram here too. Ingram at 6.3, definitely in play. Definitely in play. So, a lot of folks gonna like Julius Randle. I'm not a big fan of his. I'm just not. I want to take a look and see what he's done against him in the past. 41 in one game last year he played against him. That's usable. Let's go over to FanDuel and see if we got any pricing discrepancies in this game as well. Okay, Randall, same price. Brandon Ingram is 400 more. Brook Lopez, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope 300 more. Ennis is minimum salary. A minimum salary point guard, starting point guard against the Orlando Magic. Now, it's got him slated to get 9 minutes. We've got to get a read on the rotation. Now, if Clarkson is starting in this game at 6.6, yeah, I can play him, definitely. Yeah, I can play him, definitely. Look at Tyler Ennis's minutes over the last few games. 19, 14, 14, 11, 20, 20. Yeah, he hasn't played a ton of minutes. He's not playing a ton of minutes. How much was Nance on DK? He been getting it. Let's take a look over on DK. Larry Nance is priced at 5.1, and we're going to open him up just to take a look at what he's been doing recently. Take a look. 32, 10, and 22 minutes, though. 26, 26, 39. So in his last 5 games, he's been fairly decent. Larry Nance, that is. Mo, take a look at KCP. Yeah, KCP, he wasn't playing with them last year, but it's still going to tell you what he did against the Magic. This was last year when he was with Detroit. 27-11, 27-11. Not huge point totals. And the teams are pretty different now anyway, so you can take that with a grain of salt. Let's go back over to FanDuel and check on the rest of the pricing. I want to see what's up with the Orlando guys here. Yeah, I like Augustine, though, on DraftKings. Elf is 7.3. I don't love that, but I think he's playable on DraftKings. Evan Fournier, 6.3. I kind of like that. Bismack at 5.6. Okay, he's cheaper, way cheaper on FanDuel. He's going to be in play for us. Jonathan Simmons at 4.9 is still cheap. You really want to play Jonathan Simmons. The athleticism is there. You know, the mid-range game looks like it's improved sometimes, and then he goes out and just does not play well. So he's always a tough roster for me. Augustine at 3.8, I think that's playable. His Zonia is 4.1. That's gonna be playable if Aaron Gordon is out again. Of course, Brandon Ingram is in play as well as Kentavious Caldwell-Pope at 5.6. Next game we got is gonna be the Charlotte Hornets going to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. Now this is a revenge narrative for your ass. Like, this is a revenge narrative. But I'm gonna tell you something. Dwight Howard is 9.4. He is 9.4, and that is, oh my God, bro. Has he ever shown this type of upside? 50, I mean, what does he need here for 6x? He needs 55, and he's gotten that once, twice, 3 times, 4 times this season, 5. He's gotten that 5 times this season. 5 times this season. And he's played the Hawks twice already. And he's got 56 and 39 against them. Both times was in Charlotte. This is the first time going back to Atlanta. This is his first time going back to Atlanta. What do we think about Dwight Howard? I know he's going to eat. I know he's going to play well. I have I mean, this team is bad against centers. All things say, yo, play Dwight. But 9.4 is just way too expensive for me. Marvin Williams is going to be out here. So we're probably going to see either Frank Kaminsky or Jeremy Lamb in this spot. So I think both of those guys are going to be in play. I think while everybody goes there, while everybody goes to Dwight Howard, I'm going to take more of a look at Jeremy Lamb, Frank Kaminsky, Kemba Walker at 8.4. Nick Batum, I can't get with Nick Batum simply because he is not playing the second team point guard minutes. What made Nick Batum a good play most of last season was him running the second team, and that was before they had Michael Carter Williams, before they drafted Malik Monk, and those are the guys that do most of the ball handling on the second team. That's why we're not really seeing him, really break out. Plus that elbow injury that nagged him in the beginning of the season, which is how we saw Michael Carter Williams and Malik Monk flourish into guys that could run the second team. So I think Dwight Howard. You know what? I say he's going to be popular, but I don't think he's going to be popular. I think when it's time to click on that 9.4K for Dwight Howard, people are not going to do it. People are not going to do it. It looks great now. Like right now, oh my God, Dwight Howard. Oh my God, going back to Atlanta. He's from Atlanta. Oh my God, this is going to be crazy. But people are not going to really play him. He's still going to be less than 10% on. He's still going to be less than 10% on. And for that reason, I think he is in play. I'm making multiple lineups. I can get some Dwight Howard. If I'm making one lineup, I'm not going to play him because he's just too expensive at 9.4. On the other side, you got Dennis Schroeder at 7.3 at home. I want to have a look at Dennis Schroeder at the crib and see how good he's been. Last few games, 41, 20, 36, 23, 33, 46. The last time against the Hornets in Charlotte, 14. In Charlotte, 36. And this is their first game at home. But at the crib, 25 and 24. So he hasn't had a great game at home against the Hornets. But I do think he is playable here. Kent Bazemore at 5.8. I think he is in play as well. He's just been very hot. And he's kind of a guy who you can look at him and sort of ride the hot hand. You can with him. 40 last time against the Hornets in Charlotte. That was just a few days ago. He's been shooting the ball fairly well over the last few. I think Bazemore is in play. Not a big fan of Ersan Ilyasova or Miles Plumlee, but I do think that John Collins at 4.8 is just cheap enough to where we can get something from him. Batum getting 30 minutes against the Hawks, he does everything. I'm telling you, man, I'm a Hornets guy, love him a lot, and I watch every Hornets game. I just don't see him, being that maestro of the offense when the second team is out there the way he was last year. I just don't see him do that, and for that reason, man, I can't get with him. I can't get with him. So let's go ahead and take a look over on FanDuel to see what Dwight Howard's price is. I'm sure he's got to be over 10K on the duel. Got to be. Yeah, man, 10.2. Kemba is only 100 more, so I do like him. Now, Nicholas Batum is under 6K on FanDuel. Now, that's usable. That is a value. And then you consider that he is somebody who could be helped by Marvin Williams not being on the floor. Somebody's got to shoot those three-point shots. Somebody's got to get the rebounds. That could definitely help Nick Batum. I don't love him as much on DraftKings for not running the second team, but on FanDuel, where the price is cheaper and you get Batum at more of a value, I think he's going to be in play for me here. MKG at 5.1. Marvin Williams being out does help him as well. It's just I don't see somebody on the floor that MKG is a lock for 30 minutes because he has to play. Like when they play LeBron or when they play, Giannis, then MKG is a lock for 30 minutes. He's going to be out there as long as the best wing player on the team is, and that's going to be Taurean Prince. I don't see MKG having much trouble and having to be out forever playing Taurean Prince, so that's going to take me pretty much off of that, and I'm going right back to it. Jeremy Lamb, Frank Kaminsky, both guys that I really like in the spot, and Dwight Howard is just too expensive at 10.2. On the other side, Dennis Schroeder 7.5. He's a little bit more expensive, 200. Bazemore, same price, 5.8. I think that's usable. John Collins is 5.1. He's 300 more. Probably won't have to get there. But this is going to be a good game. The next game we got is going to be the Philadelphia 76ers going to Brooklyn to take on the Nets here. Hopefully everybody's healthy in this one, man, especially Joel Embiid. We know he sat out last game. He's priced up here on DraftKings at 10.4, which I wouldn't have a problem playing him. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't have a problem paying him. Ben Simmons even at 8.8. I think he is playable in the spot. And I would much rather play Ben Simmons. I'd much rather play Ben Simmons with Joel Embiid on the floor. So 10.4, I wouldn't have an issue there. Dario Saric at 6.9. Don't really love that one. Timothé at 4K. I think he is going to be playable. As long as JJ Redick is out, he's going to be playable. And JJ Redick is, of course, a game time decision. Jared Bayless is a game time decision here. We need more information here. So those are going to be my 3 targets. But mostly Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. I like Ben Simmons under 9K. Jahlil Okafor revenge game. Yeah, right. Trevor Booker going back to Trevor Booker going back to Brooklyn. 3.3. Trevor Booker going back to Brooklyn. There might be something to that, big homie. I like that. That might be something to take a look at. I think Embiid sitting mode. I thought I saw something. No, well, I knew he sat out last time because it was a back-to-back, but he didn't have any issues. He sat out for rest. Embiid will not play Monday's game against the Bucks due to rest purposes, but he's expected to play in the team's back-to-back set Friday and Saturday. Okay. All right. So they do have a back-to-back coming up. All right, on the other side, we've got Spencer Dinwiddie at 6.2, who I think is going to be playable. He shouldn't be guarded by Ben Simmons, I don't think. So he's going to be playable. Allen Crabbe at 4.7. I don't love him. I don't love Quincy AC, Tyler Zeller. This is a spot if Jared Allen does get a start at 3.8. I think he's somebody that we can take a look at. And Jahlil Okafor at 3.6. He did play well last night. Okafor did play well, and I think there's a narrative we can look at here. We can take a look at that one a little bit deeper during the day. So now we're gonna go over to FanDuel and check the pricing here. So if Embiid sits, fire Booker. Fuck yeah, hell yeah. So we got the on FanDuel, Ben Simmons is 200 more than he is on DraftKings. Blah. Embiid is 10.5. Blah. No big discounts for either of those guys. Dinwiddie at 6.3. He's 100 more. That's kind of usable. Crabbe, AC, don't really love any of those cats. Jared Allen is 3.7. He's 100 more expensive. Hey, bro, you a savage, but for real, can I please have a shout out? I'm new to YouTube. Shout out to the homie Dallas the Destroyer for joining us here, man. Make sure to like and share the video, man. Everybody, if you're in here right now, go ahead and hit your homie with a like. I like y'all, so like me back. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. In this game, you guys gonna be Miami Heat going to Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers. What usually happens whenever LeBron faces the Cavs? You got Dwayne Wade. You got LeBron. They should be going to Miami. That would have been dope. Let's take a look. Take a look what Isaiah does against them. Hasn't seen him yet this year. 37. Okay. Now let's look at what LeBron does against them. LeBron is 11.1. LeBron's 11.1. Okay, one game against him this year, he had 58. He had 65 against him in a game last year. He had 58 in 28 minutes. He destroys them. He does. And they just got the ass whooped. So LeBron, I think LeBron is in play. On the back-to-back, after getting his ass whooped, I think he's in play. Tristan Thompson at 4K. Don't love that. J.R. Smith, 3.8. Nah. Dwayne Wade at 4.7. I'm gonna highlight him just for the sake of doing that. Yo, Kevin Love being out. Does this open the door for like Channing Frye? Or do we see Jay Crowder jump back into the mix without Kevin Love? We could see Jay Crowder enter the starting lineup. We could see Jeff Green. Ooh, that would be dope. They've got to make the right decision here. Dude, they've got to make the right decision here. Jeff Green, Jay Crowder, they've got to make the right decision here. Yeah. And Kevin Love is gone for a few months. They've got to make the right decision here on who to start. On the other side, Dragic at 6.9. Definitely a guy we can play. I finally have a good reason to like Josh Richardson and or Tyler Johnson. I'm not a huge fan of Whiteside. Well, honestly, okay. This is the difference between Whiteside. Okay? This is the difference. What's Channing Frye? 3.3. Okay. This is the difference between Whiteside and Drummond. Alright. Drummond has been tasked with a lot of the facilitator duties. You see Drummond a lot at the top of the key, initiating pick and rolls, being a part of every phase of the offense. And that's not what you see with Whiteside. Whiteside, if he has the ball in his hand, he's 2 feet away from the basket, or he's giving it back to the point guard, and then he's going to go and post up on the block. He's not initiating the offense. And a lot of people are going to say, well, damn, look what Drummond did against the Cavs. Hassan's got to be able to do something similar, and I get that. It makes sense. But it really doesn't, because he is not the same player offensively. He's not the same player offensively that the homie is. So, and he's 8.62. Johnson and Johnson plus Richardson and Winslow. Okay, so let's take a look at Whiteside and see what he's done against the Cavs in the past. 35, 53 in an overtime game, 34, 39. So he hasn't really had a big game against them in regulation. And over the last few, we can take a look at that. 48 against Dallas, 17 against Charlotte, 30 against Sacramento, 45 against Houston, 33 Charlotte, and 50 against Brooklyn, and 57 against Milwaukee. So, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Whiteside is not in play. It's just, I wouldn't expect a Drummond performance. Don't take what Drummond did as a basis for what Whiteside can do, because they have very different roles in their respective offenses. One of them, the Detroit Pistons, don't even have a true point guard, so they need him. So they need him to be that facilitator. But Hassan Whiteside, they do have. They do have a point guard, a very good one in Goran Dragic, who I do like at 6.9. Let's take a look on FanDuel and see what the pricing differences are, so we can be better equipped with it. Whiteside he's cheaper. He's 8.1. That's gonna make him playable. Dragic is cheaper. He's 6.7. That's gonna make him more playable. Tyler Johnson, those guys are cheaper. LeBron 11.9. That's up. That's up. That's up. Isaiah 6.1. Thompson's 4.2. Wade is 4.1. He's definitely playable. Wade is definitely playable at 4.1. Jay Crowder 3.7. Jeff Green 3.7. So we find out who's starting, and Channing Frye is at 3.5. He's minimum salary. We find out who's starting at power forward for Kevin Love, and then we can go a step further with this one, right? Whiteside could still go for a 20-20 game against the Cavs. It's not likely for me. In my opinion, it's just not likely. And if I get some exposure to Whiteside, it's going to be on FanDuel for the most part, because I think, Cleveland being a team that loves to drive to the basket, I could see him getting a few blocks in situations. So let's go ahead and move on to the next game. It's going to be the New York Knicks. My New York Knicks going to Boston. Oh my God, to take on the Celtics here. We got Kristaps Porzingis at 8.2. We love to play power forwards against the Boston Celtics. That's a no-brainer for me. Somebody that I can definitely take a look at. Tim Hardaway Jr. at 6.3. I kind of like him in this spot. Enes Kanter fresh off of a monster game where he got 20-plus rebounds. Not a big fan at 6.2, but I think he is playable, so I can highlight him. Michael Beasley at 5.4 could get some block run if the game does get away. Remember, this is a 9-point differential with a 208-point total. We got Kyrie Irving at 9K, priced up, man. And Kyrie Irving just does not hit a lot of value. He just doesn't. He doesn't hit value a lot. He really doesn't. Let's look at him. He's right around 40, 41, 48. That was good. 43, 44, 60, 42, 37, 37, 42, 37. Like he's not a consistent, guy that's gonna hit value. The floor is pretty high for his price points, but this is the highest he's been priced in a while. So we're looking for a 50-plus point game. We're looking for a 50-plus point game here. Can you help me with this DFS theory? It seems like my lineups go big and then fade. Even if I have a player like Harrell to end the night, when setting a lineup, is it best to be balanced, saving 2 at the end? And that's a subjective question. You know what I mean? It really all comes down to, when you think about your construction, the guys that you like. It really all comes down to that. It's hard to take it away. I wouldn't say, hey, don't play this guy because you don't have a late night hammer, or play this guy because you have a late night hammer. This is what I can do. Whenever you've got this is what I can tell you. Whenever you've got West Coast games, okay, general theory, right? In terms of DFS, is people want to win their money by 8 o'clock. Motherfuckers want to win $100,000 by 9:30, and that's why you see ownership be a lot less in West Coast games. This is a lot more true for baseball than it is basketball, but that's why I remember a year ago where when Boogie was in Sacramento, and people Boogie would be like 10% owned in a smash spot and score 80 points. People just did not want to wait to win their money. They did not want to wait till later on. They just didn't look at those late West Coast games. And plus, there's more of a chance you take because you don't know what the actual roster is going to be until the game starts with NBA DFS sometimes. So sometimes when you have like already made rosters and you know who's going to be in the lineup, you would just work off that and you wouldn't wait for the uncertainty of the later games. But what I can tell you is this. Go with your gut, man. Go with the guys that you like. Watch games. That's going to be your biggest help, is to actually go out and watch games. I hope that answered some of your questions. Marcus Morris at 5.2 is a guy that I do like. Tatum at 5.6, I like him. Give me some Jaylen Brown at 5.7. I even like Terry Rozier. He's priced up at 5.3, but I think he is playable, especially if we don't get Shane Larkin. Marcus Morris, we talked about him already. And I think Marcus Smart is out, so that's going to make Rozier playable for me as well. We got Tatum, Jaylen Brown, cool. Now, let's go over to FanDuel. And take a quick look and see what the pricing differences is. Kristaps is 500 more. Hardaway Jr. is similarly priced. I like that. Jarrett Jack 4.6. I wouldn't mind. Kyrie Irving is 100 cheaper on FanDuel. Maybe that could be a play. We got Tatum, Brown, both priced. Well, Brown is more. Tatum is the same price at 5.7. I think that's usable. Let's move on to the next game. It's going to be the Chicago Bulls going to Portland to take on the Trailblazers in the second leg of a back-to-back. Shout out to the homie DJ Dog, man. He says, great answer, Mo, but it is nice to have one player, if possible, maybe not last game, but at least in a late game. And I definitely agree. I agree. I always try to have somebody. That's more for me. Yeah. Late night hammers are always fun to have, bro. It's always cool to run somebody down. But you don't want to not play a play that you like in an early game just for the sake of having a late night hammer. But I definitely understand. We got, Chicago and Portland over on DraftKings is going to be the next game we talk about, where you got to take a look, man. Portland on the back-to-back. We got Lauri Markkanen, who could be out for this one at 6.5. Yeah, he's not coming back yet. We've got also out is Nikola Mirotic. He's a game time decision. He was just on the trade block. I don't know what that means. He's going to play or if they're still trying to deal him. So you better curb your enthusiasm and be very careful about playing Nikola Mirotic, even if it does say he's playing. But what you can do is look to the homie Bobby Portis at 5.9. Yes, Bobby Portis looks good. Zach LaVine should play about 30 minutes here, and I think for that reason, he is playable. Justin Holiday at 5K, don't really love him. Jerry and Grant, 5.4, don't love him. On the other side, Damian Lillard, back-to-back, 8.9. I think he is usable, but I do like CJ McCollum more here. I like CJ McCollum more in this spot. Nurkic at 6K, I think he is going to be playable. We got Ed Davis at 4.6. I like that off of the bench. This is a 7.5-point differential. And, of course, the Portland Trailblazers are on that second leg of a back-to-back, so that may not be an issue. But I do like Ed Davis at 4.6. Let's go ahead and take a look over on FanDuel. Same game. We want to look and see what the pricing differences are. Levine is 6K. Is he cheaper? I think he's cheaper. Yeah, he's cheaper. Grant 5.9. Ooh, look at Bobby Portis. Ooh. Come on now. Deshaun, you see that? Ooh. I like that. Bobby Portis is 4.5. That is nice. All right, I can get with that. Then we got Holiday 5.4. Rolo is stupid cheap, but he's not very good. On the other side, Big Game Dame is now 9.4. I don't think I can pay up that much, which is probably why I did like CJ McCollum anyway at 8K. Nurk is 6.3. That's usable. And Davis 4.9. Wouldn't have an issue there. Okay. Yeah, I like that Bobby Portis, though. We're going to play him. He's going to be in the FanDuel lineup. All right, last game on the slate is going to be the Dallas Mavericks You got to have 338 right now just to clear the cash line on FanDuel. You're gonna have almost 500 to win the big prize. Damn. Bobby has burned me too many times. It's hard to go back to that chalk. What the fuck? I hope the Bulls do move Mirotic so we can get more consistent pointers. I definitely agree. So we got Dallas and Phoenix, the last game on the slate. And, of course, you know we can definitely attack Phoenix. We do have a couple of injury situations with Devin Booker and that hip, Tyson Chandler and his old ass. We got Marcus Chris, who was dealing with something. Alex Len was a game-time decision the other day. Berea as a game-time decision. Of course, Seth Curry is still out. Nerlens Noel is out. So Harrison Barnes jumping all the way out to me at 6.7. I like him. Give me Dennis Smith Jr. at 6.8. I like him in this spot. Wesley Matthews. I'm gonna play Wesley Matthews until he cools off because he's been on fire. The last couple games, last few 37, 20, 18, 50, 23, 34. So every other game or so, he's been going ham. So I kind of like him in this spot. I think he's definitely playable, especially against the Phoenix Suns. I mean, we love to attack the Suns on the perimeter. Devin Booker at 8.5. Let's take a look and see what the actual, or what the last word was on him. His ribs is questionable for Wednesday's game. He was forced to miss Monday's game against the Grizzlies with a rib injury. Despite an X-ray coming back negative, he already indicated he hopes to return for Wednesday's contest. So let's just keep our ear to the street, man, and get that information and share it with each other as soon as possible. If he does play, I think he's playable. I don't love it, but if he does play, I think he's playable. Ulis got off last time. Troy Daniels at 3.8. If he's starting, he could be in play. He could be. Josh Jackson at 5.1. If you don't see Devin Booker, could be in play. I hope Matthews play. Booker will be guarding him. Yes, and Matthews going to go ham. Costa Cooper's had almost 50. Yeah, Costa went hard. He went hard tonight. And then with Tyson Chandler be the game time decision and Alex Len, that could make way for somebody like Greg Monroe. But we're definitely gonna have to get information on this one. And see, this is the funny part because this is the late game, and we probably won't get all this information before lineups lock at 7 o'clock. So if you're gonna play some of these guys, you're definitely gonna be playing at your own risk if we don't get information, which we probably won't. So let's go over to FanDuel, take a look at some of the pricing, and see where it differentiates. Harrison Barnes is a little bit cheaper. I like that. DSJ, same price, so he's the guy that I'm definitely going to be using as a late-night hammer on FanDuel. Has he played them yet? I want to think he's played them already. No, he hasn't. This is the first time against him in Phoenix. Okay. Wesley Matthews at 5.4. That's usable. D Book is 8K, so if he plays and he's good to go, he should be playable. Josh Jackson at 4.9. That's cheaper. Okay, I can dig it. Greg Monroe is 5K too. So let's go and hit up FanDuel. Let's go hit up the duel, and let's go ahead and build our DFS sweatshop lineup. Did I cash tonight? Yes, all over DraftKings, just not on FanDuel. Let's go. All right, point guard on FanDuel. Now? I'm just talking about guys that we said we liked. We automatically said we liked Dennis Smith Jr. I like him. Shooting guard that we did like. We talked about C.J. McCollum some. We talked a little bit about Tim Hardaway Jr. Some of you like Nick Batum. Let me know how you feel about him. We can get him in there. Wesley Matthews was somebody that we did say that we liked. Justin Holiday. Jeremy Lamb was somebody who I like. I like Jeremy Lamb. I like Jeremy Lamb. Lamb or Batum right now. Lamb or Batum. KCP at 5.6. Oh, yeah, Wade. Wade is somebody who said we did like. He is 4.1. Yeah, throw Wade in there. Small forward. We know that LeBron crushes him. Do we want to play 11.9 for him? We did say we liked Brandon Ingram. We liked Harrison Barnes. I like Brandon Ingram. I like Brandon Ingram at small forward. Power forward spot. Ben Simmons at 9K. Not a big fan. I like Kristaps. Tomorrow. We got Dario Saric. Kevin Love is out. Hollis Jefferson. It's got a groin. Sabonis, Tatum. Okay, so we're going to go LeBron Wade. We're going to go LeBron Wade stack. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and throw LeBron in now. LeBron Wade stack, right? That power forward. I like Kristaps, bro. Portis. Okay, Portis. We got to go Portis. Follow up the chalk. Chalk Portis, baby. Throw him in there. And we got 65K per player. Center. This is where we're going to have to differentiate ourselves. At center. We got Nurkic, Cantor. Nurkic on a back-to-back. Bismack 5.6 against the Lakers. We got Dwight Howard all the way up at 8.2, 10.2. We got Marc Gasol at 8.5, who I actually like. I kind of like Marc Gasol here. Matthews, if he will fit. We got Horford at 7.1. Let's take a look. Howard. No, I'm not paying 10.2 for Howard, bro. I'm not paying that much. I feel insulted. I would just play Embiid. You know what I'm saying? A dude that has like actual like 100-point potential. A guy that can actually shoot the ball. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Gasol, Gasol looking good. Gasol, bam. So we got Gasol in there. We at 5.8. We got 3 spots left. The other point guard, I was thinking, I was thinking that we could pay down some, and maybe grab Goran Dragic at 6.7, who I kind of like. Darren Collison is fairly cheap at 5.7. Dragic, yeah, that's what I was thinking. So we get Dragic in there. Then we've got 5.4 left for a shooting guard and a small forward. So that's gonna be right up our alley with Wesley Matthews here, which will give us some exposure to the late slate and kind of a Dallas stack of some sort. And then we've got power forward 5.4 left. Kuzma, ooh. What do y'all think? Kyle Kuzma. So he said take Elf off the shelf. I kind of like this one. So we got Dennis Smith Jr., Goran Dragic, Dwayne Wade, Wesley Matthews, Brandon Ingram, LeBron James, Bobby Portis, Kyle Kuzma, and Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol. So there it is. That is a DFS Sweatshop line. This line could change depending on injury news or anything that may happen. We've got like 3 correlations. We've got Smith Jr. and Matthews. We got Wade and James. We've got Kuzma and Ingram. This is crazy. This is all right. Well, that's the line we got, man. And thank you all so much for vibing with your boy inside of the Defense Sweatshop VIP stream. Yo, get with me. If you want to get a VIP, man, it's very simple. You go to the website. It is www.dfssweatshop.com. What you do, upon your paid subscription, you will be ushered into the very best Facebook group online. That's where we chop it up. We build lineups similar to how we did just now, and we go out and we get to the money. So for $14.99 a month, a monthly recurring fee, that is half a cup of coffee, 50 cents a day, 2 punk-ass quarters, get you in. Then you got $19.99 for a full calendar year. It's going to take you through the rest of basketball, baseball, right on back around again to the All-Star break next year. So get with us, man. Much love to everybody that attended this live stream. Meet me in the VIP at 5:30 today. Let's get it in, man. Much love for y'all. Y'all hold it down, man. See y'all. Hey, yo, this is the Sweatshop where we keep it real, we keep it honest, and we always keep it 300. Peace.